going on, ruffians? Hey, I'm just gonna sit and connect to the chat for a second. If somebody could hit the like button for me and let me know that everybody can see and hear me, I'd really appreciate it. Ronald Coward, what's up, buddy? Thanks. If you hit the like button, I appreciate it. Appreciate you. I'll just take it over here just a little bit. Another like, that's cool. Yeah, I'm just connected to the chat. For some reason, the last couple times, there we go. The chat has taken me, the comment section has taken me just a minute or two to get to. I have to refresh. There we go, now I can see stuff. James J. Justice, what's up, buddy? Greg Hart, good to see you. Good to see you. All right, cool. But we'll give everybody just about 30 seconds before we get started. I'll let everybody ogle the sliced cheese and the buns over there. And yeah, they're Lewis brand. I looked this time. They're Lewis brand restaurant buns. That's what we're working with. Restaurant. I like those. I like those for like regular burgers. And today, for Ming's graduation party, I bought about 100 of them. So we're gonna, don't tell anybody, but we had to funnel a few things secretly out of the bundle of stuff for the graduation party tonight for tonight's live. William Hurt, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Greg's here. Let me see. Lake Hickory guy. Good to see you. Welcome to the house. Welcome to my kitchen. Thanks for coming over for dinner. I appreciate it. Let's see. Val of course is here. That's so cool. But anyway, yeah, I had to funnel a few of the goods from the graduation party for tonight's live, which was one of the reasons I actually wanted to do the dirty burgers, because I was getting all this stuff this week and I thought we could try this out and the dirty burger, the Phil Collins dirty burger. And I hope that I don't forget some of this stuff. But one of the things when I decided to do the dirty burgers tonight, I thought that there would be a formula for Phil Collins dirty burgers. And with extensive research, drinking beer, and watching Trailer Park Boys, there isn't. There's only a few things, and I'm going to have to do some interpretation for people who don't speak Canadian. But one of the constants in the burger was that they use box burgers. So for those that don't speak Canadian, a box burger is a frozen burger. I know, I don't speak Canadian very well myself, but that is a box burger. And what I have here is a box burger. So, and the thing of it is the dirty burger in Trailer Park Boys comes from Phil and Randy's chip cart. So here's another way that I got to go and I got to interpret for the Canadian, from Canadian to English, is a chip cart is a food truck. So just so you know, I know Canadian is hard to speak, but I just figured I'd interpret that all for you guys tonight. Let's see, the iron is a bonus. Base Ronald, we're live cooking junkies. Yeah, me too. I love cooking shows, especially the small ones. But tonight we're going to be using the Wagner reissue. You guys can all see that okay? The 1148 utility grill. I have not warmed it up yet, so don't worry about it. I didn't burn it. Oh, my hands. I'm just now going to burn this up. So I think this is going to be kind of a slow show, or a quick show. Slow show. I hope not slow, but anyway. So that's I'm just now going to heat that up, and I'm going to slice everything, the onions and everything, and give it a thing to go. But yeah, a dirty burger I found with my extensive research this week is about 1 billion different things, and it seems to me that the English seem to have the dirty burger on lockdown. There was one thing though that I saw a lot when I was checking these things out, is that they did a sriracha mayo mixture. Is that called an aioli? Maybe aioli, maybe. Maybe that's an aioli. I'm not sure, but they did that. So I'm gonna try. I've never tried it that way, so I'm gonna make two different burgers. I was gonna do one double burger, but I'm just gonna do. I'm gonna do one with the sriracha mayo, and then I'm gonna do just a regular burger. And the other thing that I saw in Trailer Park Boys that I found was sort of a constant is that Phil's partner Randy was a cheeseburgers play a big role in Trailer Park Boys. I'll just say that to begin with. One of the things is that Randy was a trailer park cheeseburger legend, and we're going to assemble the way Randy did it, because Randy actually was pretty much on to something when he was doing that. But make sure we're getting some kind of heat. There we go. So we're gonna do that. I just got here. What is a dirty burger? Yeah, Poker 945. Thanks for showing up. I really appreciate it. Hit the like button, subscribe button if you would please. Come back. We do this all the time. A dirty burger is a myriad of different things. And I really want to explore this more later on, because some of these recipes for dirty burgers that people were doing was actually really fascinating to me, and some of them looked good. Like better than what I'm going to do tonight. Tonight's going to be a pretty simple burger. It's just we were going to do a Trailer Park Boys style. But there's some other ones. There's some British ones that I really want to get into that used fresh ground beef and everything else. And so that's what it is. It's generally a cheeseburger with about anything on it, but they're usually stacked, and there's lots of stuff on them, and they're really greasy. But they just seemed to have one thing in common. They had cheese. They mostly had bacon, which I have in the background, and we're going to use that to oil the griddle tonight. And that seems to be the constant in a dirty burger. There wasn't a specific recipe to it, so that was kind of cool in its own little way. But anyway, I'm going to jump over here. I'm going to go over here to the cutting board. I'm going to move the burger out of the way for a second. I'm going to cut up a little bit of onion, because I'm going to do grilled onions with this I'm going to do grill and fresh. So just bear with me while I glove up and all that kind of stuff. Pampero porker. I must have missed something. My comments aren't lasting very long today. I don't know what's going on with that. I'm only getting like 4 or 5 at a time. Maybe, let me check on this other monitor. Yeah, and those are out of the way, so I can't. And I don't want to touch. I don't want to touch anything, because I don't want to get the green screen. We all know how bad that can get. So anyway, we'll bring over our cover, and we'll cut up an onion real fast. And I'm just using just a regular sweet onion, not even that much of it, actually, just a little bit, because it's just me. It's just me. No guests tonight in the background. No friends lurking around in the garage while I do this to eat up a few things. It's just me and the Beegs. And the Beegs is going to be having a good time, because she's got some extra, she's got some bacon to devour. I've got some thick cut hickory smoked bacon today. I thought that'd be pretty good. And that's really about, and I'm going to cut up, I just went out about an hour ago, 2 hours ago, and picked, if I can find it, because my refrigerator, you guys can hear me, my refrigerator has been taken over by Ming's supplies for her party this weekend. But I did go out today, a little bit ago, and I picked out some fresh lettuce out of the garden, and we'll try that out. Some butter crunch, which is kind of curled up already. It really needed picked. It looks a little bruised. It bruised up really easy. I've never grown butter crunch lettuce before, but it seemed to bruise really easy. Core orange chicken. No, we're having dirty burgers tonight. Trailer Park Boy dirty burgers, which are pretty simple. That's why I didn't cut anything up ahead of time. I figured we'd just do that right now. So that's what we're doing real quick. The butter crunch lettuce, we'll have that sort of off to the side over here. And our onion real quick. But thanks for showing up. Corn. Oh, corn. What? Man, I need to put my glasses back on. I almost missed a good handle. That's a good handle. I like that. Let's see, honey dear. Curl those fingers. You make me nervous every time. But Val, that's the thing. There's not only do you get to see some cast iron being used, I like to add just a little bit of excitement to everything. So that's, I bring that element of danger to my cooking. Let's see here. Not quite heated up enough, but heated up enough to where I can turn it up. So there we go. There's that. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to mix up this aioli, if that's what it's called. I don't know if that's what they call it or not. If it's an aioli. Yes, you do. Ronald, that was so much fun to say. But yeah, so we're going to use some Tabasco Sriracha. I've been wanting to use this. I got a little trial bottle of it the other day. And if I could open it up with my gloves on and not go get a pair of pliers, get that off. That doesn't seem to want to come off. I guess it's sealed good. That's one thing that's nice. Okay, so that's over there. So we're going to mix this up. And what they did for this Sriracha seasoning over here, I'll just pop over here for just a second. Is that okay? Yeah, you guys can see that all right. Actually, I could just do it right there. I could just do it right here. You guys can see it a little better. So we got this. So we're just going to put it in here. And what they're saying is a teaspoon or tablespoon of mayo and a tablespoon or 2 tablespoons of mayo and 1 tablespoon of the Sriracha sauce. So we'll give it a nice little bed here of mayo. Nice. Do this somewhat halfway with the directions. There we go. And then we'll do this. Let's see. That makes you nervous. I'd make you gas. Keep my blades rather sharp. These are pretty sharp. I do sharpen these a lot. We have the hone. One of these days I'll show you guys how I hone. I've been working on that honing skill with that hone that I got at the garage sale I showed you guys, and I've really come pretty far with my sharpening this year. There we go. That's probably plenty. So we'll have that. And you guys remind me at the end to throw that in the refrigerator, or that will sit there and go bad. Then I'll use it and get some kind of weird fungus or something from it. Botulism. I'll get an ism from it. So you set that there. We'll just use that. We'll mix that up real nice. We'll probably get something better than that. Set that into the sink. Get a little whisk. I don't know what happened to my little tiny whisk that I had. I had this little baby whisk for doing drinks. And I don't know where that's taken off to. And for those waiting on the beagle's pouting on the couch because I closed the patio door because the neighbors were outside doing yard work and having some drinks, and she can't seem to get enough of the neighbors. And she likes to bark, and they like to communicate back and forth. So I didn't think I needed that for a little while. So she's pouting on the couch. Better with blades than my typing. Poor Biggs, yeah, I know. She's at it. But she does have, I did get, when I went to the butcher shop today to get hamburger, luckily they had her liver treats in in stock. They came out, they were fresh today. So she's got liver treats to look forward to. And she did speak. I did get some speaking out of her today. She definitely was doing some speaking for a change. Better than she did last night. She kind of was letting the team down last night with the with not speaking. Beak treats, yeah, and she really loves the liver treats, and we were out. They've been out. And I really like the liver treats from my butcher because they're just liver. It's just dehydrated liver. It's basically liver jerky that's been, you know, probably liquid smoke added to it. So it's probably a lot better than the stuff she gets at, you know, you get your dog or cats from the pet store. And she really seems to enjoy it. So, you know, if she speak for us, we're doing pretty good. But anyway, she was speaking out the back door. She was practicing speaking out the back door. Yeah, she was, and she was speaking a lot. Yeah, now she's giving me the silent treatment. She's out there curled up on the couch, kind of mad at the old man. So let's see. I think we're going to be just about hot enough to throw the bacon on here, and I do have a little butter for the buns. But if not, I'll just throw them on there and toast them real light. And the thing with the trailer park boys, the one thing about it that was sort of a constant in the episodes that I watched was that all the burgers were burnt. So I'm hoping that that doesn't happen tonight. But anyway, let's see. Let me glove up here real quick. Gotta be gloved up when handling the burger and the bacon. I don't want to cross-contaminate anything. Plus I want to open my drink up too. Let's see. There we go. There we go. Let me get a straw. I know I might catch a little hell in the comment section because I use a straw with my cans, but these little deals right here at the top, these are mustache killers. If you have a mustache and you've ever caught one of your mustache hairs in one of those cans, it's what they're gonna do to me. It's what they're gonna torture me with. Hey Mercy B, what's up? Good to see you. Thanks for showing up. So anyway, we're gonna put that bacon on there and get that going on the back burner, because you guys have noticed my stove tends to lean a little forward, which is probably because I'm beginning to wonder if it's because I have about a half a ton of cast iron on the other side of the room. Because I fixed that twice, and it didn't seem to make much difference. It's went back, and I know those things, they don't really, throw that up here. On that burn. Yeah, it needs a little time. Let's see. So we'll throw that. We'll get you guys a little bit closer and get this up here a little ways. There we go. Get you guys a little over into the action. Sorry to flip everybody around, but that way we can get a little cast iron cam going. Let me redo one of the gloves. Let's see, having internet issues. Rick, you're having internet issues? Sorry to hear that. Let's see. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just catching up on the comment section right now. There we go. Okay, everybody just kind of saying hi. That's why I always pour my ale in a glass. Yeah, William Hurt, 100%. I catch so much hell for using the straw when I drink out of cans, but it's better than the alternative. I've lost many a beard hair to cans over the years. I do want to say thanks to everybody who showed up last night. That was a good time. I really enjoyed myself. Hope you guys did too. and we had a lot of new folks that showed up last night, and I think we'll have some new folks show up tonight, which should be kind of cool. Cool enough. Let me get a boat over here. I've been digging these little boats. The little boats here. I've been having a lot of fun with putting stuff together on these. These are pretty cool. So anyway, thanks, Val. It was nice seeing you last night too. Yeah, it was Big Palooza, and she'll be back out here in a second. She's gonna start smelling the bacon here in a minute because I've got the patio door shut and the fans off because the fans seem to throw fuzz fork off. The background noise, the white noise must trigger something. Maybe helicopter sounds. Triggers some PTSD that I don't know about. But yeah. And then we'll get the bacon done, and then I'll get a good amount of grease on here and make sure we got these things fired up. I'm not trying to overheat the bacon right now because I want the bacon to be flat. And it seems like if I throw the bacon on the scalding hot, it just curls up and it doesn't get done, and it takes even longer. So we don't want that. We don't want that either. There she is, the Queen of New England. WMG, how are you? Let's see. I used to like those old pull tabs and curl and make a chain, pop top. Yeah, I remember those. They were a little bit before me, but I remember using them. My dad and his friends definitely used them, and I do remember people making chains out of them, all kinds of stuff out of them. I remember digging one out of my foot at a beach one time too. My mom wasn't too jazzed about that. Like, how does their new griddle compare to the older vintage models? You know, I tell you what, Lake Hickory guy, I say they're identical. I've never used, I've restored a couple old Wagners and Montgomery Ward ones, the old griddles, and I've used them and I really like them. And I would say even the texture and the way they look, I mean, it's I know a lot of people have a problem with the price point and everything of the new griddles, but I don't. I think for what you get with it, I think it's a pretty cool piece, and I think it's got a lot of collector value too. I think it's one of those pieces that's just going to appreciate over time. So I think it's kind of a win-win, really, to me. To me, it was worth it. So we had tons of change. Yeah, exactly. I remember that stuff. But yeah, Lake Hickory guy, I definitely, I'd say it's comparable. And when they picked out the 1148, when Wagner did that, I think they picked out one of the better ones that they could pick because it's got the 6 bar reinforcement with the center to keep it from warping. And when you go back a lot, when you go way back into the griddle era, with even like my old Eries my old Wapauks. One of my Wapauks has an Erie ghost mark on it, but when you get back into that, a lot of times they don't have the reinforcement bars, so they tend to warp a little bit. So hey, Cynthia Wesley, hey, what's up? Good to see you. But yeah, I think that model that they picked to do was the best one they did. And I think when they carried into the 1891s, they still use that same design. So, I mean, if you're going to pick one, I think that's the best one to pick. It's kind of like if they do a reissue on the skillet. I think the 24 to 26 skillets would be a really good one to do. I think you got to kind of go with the better of what you can, of the models, if you're going to reissue stuff like that. I think it's a cool idea. I'm a big Wagner fan. I really like Wagner. And for them to, I'm just glad to see them doing, putting something else out there. I really am. I think it's cool. No matter where they, even though they're not doing it in Sydney, Ohio anymore, I think it's still pretty rad that they're making those. Bacon's looking pretty nice. Might have to move some around. I think that front burner is going a little bit behind the other one. 'Cause I got a little, that one's just not getting as hot. It's just one of the drawbacks of using a 2-burner griddle. You got the center that's not really one to play ball. But I like the center, but I actually at the same time like that so I can throw some onions in there, which I'm about ready to do. Once I get both sides flipped, I'll throw the onions on there. And I'm just gonna grill about half my onions. And I'm just gonna throw these off in a boat with some paper towel. Nothing fancy. We're not doing anything fancy tonight. I didn't have time to do a lot of fanciness tonight. There's Fuzz. What's going on, buddy? It's Thursday night. I didn't know what the heck to think. Cynthia was in a coma. You've been doing a lot of yard work, sweetie, so I get it. I get that. I got yard work this weekend. It's been raining here all week. And since I have the greatest weathermen on the planet that can't decide what it's going to do, it's even like tonight we have rain coming, which is 20% to 30% chance. I mean, just say there's not, I mean, that's just, I don't know, that's ham and egger to me. So that one's getting done. We'll move some of these up here, because I'm going to move that one. That one needs a little love. I'm just starting to curl. Sitting on there too long. That's how you know it's sitting on there too long enough. That's how I judge it. If it's starting to curl up, it's sitting on there too low, and it's just kind of acting, you know, it kind of starts acting up. I could use my press tonight, but I don't really feel like getting it dirty. Let's see. Let me see what today is National Biscuit Day. Today's National Biscuit Day. I don't know how everybody finds these things out. Yesterday was let's see. I like a bit, but this bacon, onion, cheese. What is the plan? Oh, you'll see. You'll see. That's the big reveal right there. Can't do that. But I never know when these days are. Like the other day was National Burger Day, like yesterday. How the hell does anybody know what National Day it is for these things? So I would love to know, like National Donut Day. I could celebrate that. National Beer Day would be a fun one to celebrate. I could do that. One doesn't want to get. I hope I don't have to dirty up another thing. Or there we go. Let's move some of this around. This one I think is done. That one's done. That one's done baking right there. So let's get our boat on here. Patsy, too late for the burgers? No, you're right on time. We haven't even hit the burgers up yet. We haven't even messed with the burgers yet. So let's move this piece over here. Yeah, I wanted to show you guys, in case you hadn't seen one of these before, for people who haven't come to the channel before, or maybe missed the review that I did on the Wagner a few months back when I first got it at Christmas time. It's a fun piece. I really like that. I really like it. So there we go. And sorry, ADL, I can't always see. Let's see, BLT with onion cheese with sauce. No, we're doing. You must not have seen the title or whatever. But yeah, we're doing dirty burgers tonight. The Trailer Park Boy style, kind of. Now, like I said, I think I kind of stopped in the middle of what I was talking about. But Randy is Phil's partner for the chip truck, which Canadian chip truck in Canadian means food truck. So chip cart, whatever they call it. They call it a couple different things. So that's Canadian for food truck. But anyway, he makes these cheeseburgers. Oh, I did say this, and yeah, it's the build. I'm going to do it how Randy does the build for his cheeseburgers. So let's check that. I'd say that's I don't know. It's got that one spot that I just don't like. It's not wanting to grill up. The rest of these are. Seems like that back one is way hotter than the front one. For whatever reason. Oh, there's the Beagle. What's going on, Beak? You heard the bacon? Heard the scraping of the bacon? I figured you'd be out here. We'll let this cool down. I'll let you get a little bit. Let's see. I like to take time doing prep. Yeah, normally I do, but normally I do things that are a little more complex than this. But I figured since this was going to be such a quick cook that I would kind of go prep. And there's not much to prep, honestly. There's not a whole heck of a lot of prep to this, luckily. And being only half hour into the cook, we are about more than 50% of the way done. I didn't want to do a marathoner tonight. I'll save that for next week or the week after. And there still might be a chance. I'll go with my weather people and say there's going to be a 50% chance that there will be a Sunday thing. But at this point, I can't promise anything. But while I'm waiting on those last pieces to go, I'm going to throw the onions on. Throw a few onions on there. Take a couple of those off. I'm only going to use that for one burger. And the other one I want the raw onions on there. Oh, I lost one of the soldiers. Got a missing soldier here. And I'm just doing this all with the bacon grease. I'm not going to add any real butter for this. I might wipe off the one spot up here because I'm about to hit the let the burger sit on there. The burger buns, that is. At least the first one. And I'm going to have that one finished. Yeah, let me get a paper towel and wipe that off. Let's see. Good bacon results. Yeah, so far, man, everything's going somewhat as planned. There's always a hiccup here and there, but... And thanks for stopping by tonight. I really appreciate it. Ooh, yeah, I needed to swap some grease. That was almost overflowing. I don't know if you guys can see that on there. But the bottom is just like a river. The bacon was nice and greasy. Let's see, I'll take this one off. I'll say these are done. Those two are finished. But yeah, that one's gotta wipe up. I'm about ready to get the turkey baster out and suck some of that grease out of there. Which I think I might just do right quick. Because that is, you can't see that. That bacon was greasy. Way greasier than normal. Throw that on top of there. Let me get the baster out right quick. I might have to keep that handy. I got grease coming over the side. Look at all that. That is a lot. Throw that in that dish over there. Little beard cam. Never hurt anybody. There we go. And for beard cam, I should say to check out my brand of beard products. 7 Shamrocks Beard Company, available exclusively on eBay. Exclusively on eBay. Safe place to shop and get your beard stuff. There we go. These are growing up nice. These are growing up nice. There we go. I'm ready to get the burgers on here. Okay, so I got that taken care of. I can go with that. So we'll get one of the patties on here. And throw that bad boy on there. And we'll set the Biggs' bacon off to the side. She can have that curly piece. Because she gets 2 pieces, so she can have that. I want to turn that down just a smidgen. Now the bacon's done. And we'll brown up our buns over there. Take that off. There we go. Cool. Let me see here. The first round of buns. Oh, they're right in front of me. There we go. Right here. And I'm not going to butter them because there's already a lot of grease on the thing, so we're going to let that do its magic. Let's see. What did you say? Let's see. The guy that uses blue shop cells instead of paper towels. Yeah, 100%, right? 100%. Well, they're good for cast iron, so I keep them. I keep those around. That's what I use when I A lot of times when I'm seasoning cast iron, or not just seasoning, but when I'm wiping it off with cast iron cure, I do that. I generally use that, or a dusting cloth. And then you add sweet potato French fries. I do like a sweet potato French fry. Let's see. What else we got? Hey Pat, you snuck in on me, yeah. Pat Z sneaky. Pat Z is sneaky. There we go. Perfect. Take that and put that in the boat. That one's done. That one's done. Okay. So then, I'm just waiting on that to go. Grilled onions. I'll take the grilled onions off and set those off here to the side, because we're going to reheat those here in just a second. But I don't want to overburn them. I don't want to burn them, but I do want to do these burgers one at a time, if that makes any sense. See if the bacon's cooled off yet. It is not. So we just have that working right now. And I think that I'm going to move this off to the side just for a minute, so when I plate these things up, we can kind of see it a little bit better. And I'm not doing fries tonight, because I've done something deep fried in my house for the last 2 to 3 live streams. And I tell you what, I just got the fish smell out of the house from the fish and chips last week. Just like the last couple days. That was hard. That was rough to deal with the fish smell. And every time I walked in the door, no matter what I did the carpets and all that kind of stuff and wiped stuff down, and it still smelled like Arthur Treacher's in here. Seacrest hot dogs and baked beans. You thought, Tom, Phil Collins is the drummer for Genesis, but Philadelphia Collins, which is his actual name on the Trailer Park Boys, his full name is Philadelphia Collins. I would imagine that's how they kind of put a twist onto his name for that, to kind of, so they could say Phil Collins was on the show, but it's actually somebody else. Why is that sticking? I don't want that sticking. There we go. Throw that off to the side. Okay. So those are ready to go for the first one. When the blood comes to the side, that's the top, you know it's done. And then when the blood comes to the other side, we'll slap on our first piece of cheese. Let's see. Let's see. Stolen t-shirts. Beagle. Who wants the bacon? Let's do some beaks, Cam. Get over there. Get in your spot. You know where your spot's at. There you go. Give me a spin. There you go. Nice 360. Can't beat that. Okay, so there we go. All right, killer. Now here's where how Randy did the assembly is pretty cool, I think. Maybe leave that up where it is. We're kind of done with all the side stuff. Some of that oil back up on here. I'd like to give this one spot here I pulled the seasoning off doing something that we did on here. We maybe build a little seasoning on that one spot tonight. Let's see, Rocket Caver. Is Rocket Caver in? Very cool, very cool. Something's really satisfying. I missed that guy, sorry. I missed that one. So there we go for that. Okay, the blood's coming through on that side. You guys can see it. You can see that, okay? And then what we'll do is we'll take the grilled onions that we had and we'll throw those on. Oh no, wait. I want to throw 2 slices of bacon on here. 2 pieces of bacon. Crisscross those. The grilled onions. that we need to have, and go from there. Okay, so we got the grilled onions. Now the trick is with how Randy did this was next we do the cheese, which has probably started to melt, but that's okay. And then we'll drop that on here on the top. There we go, that's on the top. I need a drink of my soda. And then I have this bowl. I need to get one of those cool covers. We'll just set that on there for a second, and hopefully that doesn't explode. But I'm only going to leave it on there for about 10 seconds. 10, 15 seconds at the most. Let's see. Beagle, you think that's been 10 seconds yet? You're like, I just want more bacon. You want more bacon? All right, we got to get a spin. Come over here, get in your spot. Go get in your spot. There you go. There you go, kid. Spin time. There you go. There you go. All right. Okay, so we'll take this off. Let that go. I could have used another minute. I don't know. Could have used a couple more seconds maybe. I'm still in the doghouse for using a flour sack dishcloth. It's been 20 years. They're pricey, man. But that's what I use around the house. That's what all my white ones are. They're flour sacks. Most of my kids are placing bowls. Okay. Yeah. Let's see here. Okay, so we got that. Now how Randy did it on Trailer Park Boys is he took the heel of the bun and put the burger up on that side so that we could stack our condiments there, which is pretty brilliant. And so let me see here, what do we got going? Oh, and I didn't cut the tomato. I knew I was forgetting something. Let me just dice that tomato up right quick. So we got some tomato. And that way all your stuff is down there on the inside. And then we'll take this little sriracha mayo and run that there. Just a little bit, because I'm going to double up on that. And then we'll take a couple tomatoes on here. Some of our pickle. I'm going to save the pickle for the top. And then lettuce. So I'm really excited to try this lettuce. Put down just a spin, just kind of smoke it a little bit. No grease fires. Let's see. Then we have that. And then what do we need besides that on there? Oh, pickle. I keep saying. 2 pickles. Like so. A little more of that sauce on the top bun. You guys see that? Okay. You guys can't really see it. I'm sorry. Go over this way. Move that off to the side. And a little more of this sriracha stuff, which it smells really good. Everything smells really good in here. I'm hoping that it tastes as good as it smells. And then we'll drip that on there. Give it a smush. So that's pretty greasy and awesome. And it should be cool enough that I can take a bite of it. And even if not, we'll see. Yeah, I love the little boats. Oh, and the other thing is, too, what I wanted to do, since it's made on a chip truck, I wanted to throw some chips out. This lady from this propane. I take it, Fuzz, that you are a fan of Trailer Park Boys. I got a buddy of mine. I used to watch it, but I watched it when I had Netflix for a little while, and it's not on there's a lot of places that you can't get it. Oh man, that looks good. You guys see that? Okay. That's chip cart food right there. The dirty burger. with the sriracha aioli on there. Let's see how it is. Oh, you guys see that okay? I guess, man, I'm off to the side. Sorry. Got to see my monitor. I got to look at my camera there. The back side of the camera. Yeah, there we go. I'd say that looks pretty good. So I'll give it a quick taste. Mmm. Mmm. That's hard to describe. The aioli. That's a really tough one to describe. I shouldn't say aioli. The sriracha mayo. It almost gives it like a BLT almost flavor to it. I mean, that's basically a BLT with burger, but I mean, I don't know. That's really good. I'm really surprised with that. Really happy with it, to be honest. Let me give it another little sample, and we'll start going to the next one. Mmm. Wow. That is, oh my gosh. That is really good. The sriracha mayo is, that's banging actually. I'm really surprised. That's really good. And the whole restaurant style, like fast food style, that's, I mean, it all comes together really nice with, you know, without the ketchup or the anything else like that. That's a really good burger. And I just use dill chips, you know, not a bread and butter chip or anything like that, and a regular old white sweet onion. But yeah, I gotta say that's pretty darn good. That's really good. Let me get one more bite of that, and we'll start on the next one. That's and today was one of those days where I was running around, and I haven't eaten anything. I had like a handful of strawberries this morning, and I drove past a chip cart, as they say in Canada, and the translation to English is food truck. For those that don't speak Canada, once again, Canadian. But I had a chicken sandwich from the food truck that was really good. But that's what I've had today, and a Celsius. Mm. All right. That's really good. Yeah, that is a burger right there. What is the green stuff? The green stuff is butter crunch lettuce from my garden outside. So it's actually I just cut it. I just brought it in a couple hours ago, and it's really I'm surprised. That's really good lettuce too, by the way. I'm really happy. I've never grown butter crunch before. I've never grown lettuce. I always grow what's that stuff? I'll think of it here in a little bit. But I don't know. I didn't grow it this year. I kind of was done with it. Arugula. I usually grow arugula in my garden. But I wasn't too, I don't know. Arugula didn't grow on me at all. I thought I would like it. I used to get it, trying to think of the place that I've gotten it before, the restaurant that I would get arugula. And I grew it, and I used to like it on, what the heck is the name of that fast food? It's kind of a higher end fast food place. It's kind of healthy, and I can't think of the name of it. Something bread. I think it's bread or something. Something bread place. I don't know. Okay. So anyway, take that off to the side. And let's go to the next one. The next burger, which this one's just going to be the regular old, the standard American bacon cheeseburger, kind of Wendy's Junior Bacon Cheeseburger style, which is another big. If I go to Wendy's, that's what I usually get. All right, So we'll drop the next burger on. Get a glove on. Panera Bread. That's it, Rocket Caver. I used to get this one sub sandwich at Panera Bread, and it was always, I loved it. And it came with arugula on it, and it was so good. And I started growing arugula at my house a few years ago because I liked arugula so much. And every year I just tasted, I don't know. It was probably the strain that I was using wasn't the same, but that that's probably what it was, is the strain I was using just wasn't the same. But mine always just tasted like dirt. It was just like, and no matter what, you know, I'm really good about washing stuff from the garden, but it just always tasted like dirt. I was like, you know, I like things to be healthy, but I also like them to not taste like the organic matter that they're grown in. It's always a big plus for me anyway. So, guys, see, okay? As close as you can. Let's see. Sent you Cynthia forward email. Bye, everybody. Have a blessed day. You too, Mercy B. Thank you for showing up. Hit the like button on your way out if you would, please. That would be fantastic. Yeah, I guess we lost Rick, which that's kind of unfortunate. And I could have done this in the front burner. I should have done this one on the front burner since we could see it a little bit better. Since you guys could check that out just a little bit better than that. But when I flip it, I'll flip it up here, and we'll do it back there, and then I'll throw the bun on to go from right there. And I think it's time for some more Beags Cam. A little more Beags Cam. All right, Beagle, you up for some more bacon, kid? Yep, you're licking your chops. You're ready for it. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, Fuzz, 32 watching in the chat. And yesterday was my second biggest live ever. You're getting your spot. We hit almost 2,000 viewers for yesterday's live, so that was pretty, I'd say that was pretty cool. And picked up quite a few subscribers. I was very, very happy with yesterday's subscriber count when I got up, because I've been kind of stuck at the same number for a while. So yeah, I mean, the more that folks hit the like button and that kind of stuff, the better reach I get. And yeah, last night got almost 2,000 views. It was great. There you go, bacon. Now let's see if we can't get a speak out of you. Okay, I know that having this lamp stand in the middle of the kitchen kind of throws you off, but can you sit? Can you sit? We'll back you up a little bit. There we go. Can you speak? Can you speak? That's spin. Can you speak? Arf. Speak. Speak. There you go. I knew you had it in you. There you go, kid. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Greg Hart. 500 I can put in the links, and it kind of opens a lot of things. I mean, it doesn't get me monetized, but at least I can, you know, I can plug the beard products. I can plug the, I can put the links up without having to plug during the lives, which I absolutely hate to do. I hate plugging the products, the Cast Iron Cure and the Seven Shamrocks Beard Company. I don't like doing them during the lives, but that's all I got right now. So guys, you know, and if there's anybody out here who doesn't logged into the chat and hasn't subscribed, I do this once or twice a week. Plus, I do a lot of other videos, and you know, we're over 75 videos right now. So, you know, there's a lot of content out there to check out. Cast iron history, restoration tips, some of the more rare stuff that I have in my collection. I don't have a huge collection compared to some people, but I have a lot of rarities in my collection, a lot of like ghost marks and stuff like that. So that's ready to flip. So there we go. Flip that up here where you guys can see a little better. There we go. And that needs to glove up there in the front. We'll get the reach across you there, sorry. Get a little salt and pepper from the restaurant Salt and Pepper Shaker from probably the 19 who knows when, how old that pepper shaker is. It was Graham's. And Graham generally got stuff off of a cart from an old guy who, like literally a mule-drawn cart that used to come by her house. And the best beard on YouTube. Thank you so much. I have not cut my beard in, it's got to be almost a year. It has to be a year that I haven't cut my beard. Let me see here. Do you do live streams on a scheduled certain nights? Yeah, if you're asking me, Rocket Caver, it's always Thursday night on Thursday night 8 o'clock. And if I do a weekend, keep your notifications on for that, because I do those at usually 11 a.m. is when I do those. So that's my schedule. Now the videos I just drop as I do them when I get a chance. Right now I'm having some technical difficulties with doing regular videos. So that's why I haven't done regular videos in a while, because I just don't have I'm having some technical issues that I'm getting fixed right now. I think I mentioned before, I bought some new computers, some new laptops, and I took them to somebody, and they could not figure out that my backslash, we were having a miscommunication on what a backslash was in my password for those old computers, or for those ones I bought. And so I was right, actually. I was right. He was wrong. A backslash is what I said it was, and not what he said it was. Oh, goodness gracious! There's more of that. That grease is really piling up tonight in that spot. But anyway, got mopped up. There is a lot of grease tonight on this. I'm really surprised how much grease is coming off this thing. Let's see. Let's get another glove on. It's so greasy I can't even get that thing off. The weekend shows I really like doing the Sundays. It's cool. I mean, and it's, I kind of do these. I do the Thursdays a little later than like when I actually eat. But the Sunday, that's usually when I'm getting up and doing breakfast. So I really like doing those. That kind of messed up, but whatever. And that's when I'm usually doing like breakfast, lunch kind of thing on Sundays, because I get up this weekend, man, I get up late. I'm not even gonna begin to lie about that. I get up late. So we've got these buns ready to go. Those are toasted up fairly decent. I'm not gonna put that thing back on there again. That thing gets hot real easy. I need one of those covers. I don't have one of those, so I need to get one. Yeah, it sure did. Yeah, there's a lot of condensation on the inside and outside of that when I flip that over. Oh, that's okay. That's okay, Val. Maybe I'll just do like another 3-hour show, and you can just show it. We'll have it from when you can get there. Let's see here. We're going to do this. I'm going to do this right on top of the other one. Just going to bring that over. We're going to do the Randy assembly, which is put the heel of the bread down first. Got the cheese on the bottom so it doesn't go anywhere. I could turn these off. And I'm going to do mayo and ketchup on top of here. Like I said, please don't tell Ming I'm using up her I'm using up the condiments for the thing. I've got like 2 more things of these out in the garage that I'm waiting to take up there. There we go. Okay. And then we'll do some tomatoes. Do a tomato. That tomato is kind of big for. I like Roma tomatoes on these, on my burgers. I love a Roma tomato. And then the onion, like so. It's the regular onions. Beagle's sitting there looking, going, "Where's my burger?" You know, I'll make, if it makes you feel better, Beagle, I'll make you a burger later. Plus I bought, plus I had to pick up, like, I don't even know how many burgers I got today. I just bought, they gave me a number of how many people were showing up, so I doubled it. Because nobody eats this one burger, right? At a party. And if there's going to be drink in there, which there might be some, I don't know. I'm not taking any kind of alcohol to it. And my daughters, neither one of them are drinkers, for the most part, and so they don't really care about that stuff. Surprisingly not enough, me being their dad. But if people are going to be having beers there, I'd like them to be at least eating something. Might just put the rest of my lettuce on here. Rest of that lettuce on there. You guys see that okay? Hope you can. For some reason, now that we got sunlight out, I'm gonna have to work on the lighting a little bit because it seems a little more washed out than some of the older videos where, let's see, I'm all over, even on kitchen detail at church. I make that joyful noise. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so we're good on that. Let's try this one out. Give that just a second to cool down. And I'm like inches away from... Val, don't worry, I'm not going to burn myself on that. I promise, I'm not going to burn myself on the griddle. Get a little something to drink. Yeah, check out the chat, check out the comment section. My favorite part of the show is always the comment section. Absolutely love it. Let's see, move this dirty napkin out of the way. And I really didn't, I mean, other than I'm gonna have to clean up some grease around this, it was really not that messy. I'm pretty surprised. And it's gonna be hard to eat this one with just ketchup and mayo on it after having that sriracha mayo mix. That was really nice. And once again, I did that was 2 tablespoons for folks that might have missed the sriracha mayo. 2 tablespoons of mayo, 1 tablespoon of sriracha. I used Tabasco style, which, let me taste that by itself. I usually get the one from the grocery store, the sriracha I get for egg rolls. I like sriracha on my egg rolls, actually. Okay, the one you get at the grocery store that has the rooster on it, I don't know the name of it. Let me look at the name of it. I'll show you what I normally get at the grocery, because I just happen to have it in here. But I've been wanting to try this Tabasco, which is a little spicier than this one. What is it? I don't know. I'll let you guys figure out the name of it. But when people see sriracha, this is probably pretty much what they see everywhere. And that's really good. I like it. I like it on my egg rolls a lot. But the Tabasco seems a little more smoky, and it seems a little hotter as far as heat-wise, like in the back of the throat heat-wise, than the regular sriracha, if that makes any sense. Let's give this a try. Give that a try. This is like my go-to way to eat a burger. Anyway. Sorry, I took a big bite. That's awesome. That butter crunch lettuce is really, because like I said, the first time, I get the living lettuce a lot of times when I buy lettuce from the store, which is what this is, butter crunch, living lettuce, same deal. That is really, really good on this burger. That's really, I like that a lot better than iceberg or the other one I get. I lose my nouns when I come on here. I don't know. The romaine lettuce. Romaine lettuce. A burger in every fist. I know, I'm gonna be once I get them off here, I'm gonna smash both these. Because today, like yesterday, yesterday was my impromptu cheat day, and then today is definitely my cheat day. And then I'm gonna be eating burgers and hot dogs and corn on the cob on Saturday. So, I don't know. And if I do a Sunday, if I do the Sunday one, I'm gonna do French toast Badger style. I'm gonna do my French toast. I've been wanting to do my French toast for a while, so if I can find some decent sausages to go with it, we'll do some sausage and French toast for Sunday. I've been really wanting to do that. I saw. Hey, come on now. You're off duty. From 8 to 9:30 on Thursday nights, you know you're off duty. You're not getting paid overtime for this one. Thanks, Cynthia. It's really good. I'm gonna give it one more bite and then we'll check out the chat for a second. Cynthia was eyeballing the aluminum can. The aluminum, I missed, I don't get that one. Here, you want a piece of bacon? There you go. That's what we'll do. Here, I'll get you a liver. You want a piece of liver? That'll give you something to do for a minute, because these are big strips. All right, sorry guys. I'm gonna distract the beagle. We'll go over to the Beaks cam. There you go, go to your spot. That's your spot there. You're not in your spot. Come on. This is your time to shine. And you get a big one. There you go. That'll keep your mouth shut for a little bit. You'd say I would make a... You say you would make... I want to make... I probably end up making her a burger here. Badger's never been for. Let's see. He did forget. What did I forget? Did I forget something? Did I forget to do something? Because that's quite possible. I forget a lot of things when I get on here. Okay. Yeah. Is it about the aluminum can? Is that what I forgot? Honey's new channel, The Beagle Speaks, right? Kind of like Old Man. Val, do you ever see that guy, Old Man Speaks? I love his channel. I don't know if he still does content, because I never get notifications. And I don't think about it till somebody says something. But, ooh, my freezer door's open. I gotta keep the Beagle treats in the freezer, because that's where they belong. I don't trust having liver treats in the refrigerator. I'm sure, I don't know how long they last. And when I get them from the butcher shop, they're in the freezer too, so I just keep going with that. Yeah, he does like he does cast iron stuff, but he also does like he has two prosthetic. He has both of his arms are prosthetic, and he does cast iron restoration, identification, and he also does old lanterns, which I know absolutely nothing about old lanterns, but he does that too. And he used to do stuff all the time during like the pandemic and stuff, but I haven't seen it. I haven't seen this stuff in a while. I'm gonna try that other burger again before it gets forgotten about, because I don't want this to be like a drive-through burger. Boy, that's messy. I love it. Messy burgers. Yeah, he also does clocks, Cynthia. Absolutely. Oh yeah. Yeah, the Bigs remind me I'm gonna make a burger. And I did make her an egg Sunday, by the way. I know I went I ended up using 3 eggs in that omelet, and she got just a little piece of egg that was left over. But she did end up getting a scrambled egg after we got off there. So all that kind of stuff. But anyway, it's a little after 9 o'clock. I'm gonna get off here. I still got a lot of stuff to do yet tonight. So I just wanted to thank everybody for showing up. Greg Hart, Cynthia Wesley, Val's Black Cats Rules, Fuzz Fork 8. Oh, I'm trying to swallow my piece of hamburger. Sorry, guys. Yeah, Old Man Speaks is a great channel. It really is. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. It's worth checking out, even if he's not doing content. any, you know, doing a lot of content right now. He's an older gentleman. He is an older gentleman. He's and he's had the prosthetics his whole life since he was like a teenager, and he's managed to do. He does all this stuff with 2 prosthetic arms. It's crazy, and not like the cool ones like you see today. Like he's still got the old ones, the hook style. But yeah, I just thanks everybody for showing up tonight. The usual Thursday night live. It's been a good time. Ronald Coward, thank you so much. Thank you. And Pat Z. Oh, I thought Pat Z was running out. Yeah, Pat Z, thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate that. Yeah, I really do. I really appreciate that. And you guys if you haven't already, please hit the like button. And surprisingly enough, there's a lot of people. There's a lot of folks that aren't logged into the chat, that logged into the comment section that are out there. And if you would be so kind, I'm really trying to hit that 500 mark and all that stuff. So let me see. Thanks for having us. So, Cynthia, you're always welcome. I always appreciate when you guys show up. Corey Clark, William Hurt, there's another one. Thank you so much for showing up. And showing up, you guys show up to just about every, you guys show up every time. It makes it so much fun. I appreciate it. Beagle appreciates it. But I'm not going to make you guys sit here and stare at my half-eaten burgers or anything like that. And, you know, if you guys want to give it a try, give our cast iron cure a try. If you got a beard or know someone that does, go to eBay and check out the Seven Shamrocks Beard Company stuff. That always helps keep the things going. Jay Justice, man, it's always good to see you too, and see you in the threads, the cooking thread. And and Lake Hickory guy, man, thank you so much for showing up. You've been showing up a lot here showing up here for a while. I really appreciate that, really do. But yeah, I'm gonna let everybody get out of here, and you know, you guys just remember, it's your kitchen's your restaurant. You just make it any way you want to make it. And thanks for showing up, and we will see you guys in the comments section. See ya.